Hi, this is Lenny Nuccio with Bottom Line Results, and I'm here today with Rebecca Vayuso. And Rebecca, you've been in the human resources field for quite a number of years. Can you share a little bit about your background?
Yes, I have been in actually 27 years. The very first part of that, I spent time in teaching in business schools, and then I spent some time in retail. Started from the bottom up, stock girl, and moved in through that avenue into human resources through the training and development. And I've just gone up and spent about the last 25 years as an executive HR VP.
Great, great, and I'm sure you've seen some unusual things out there. We want to ask a couple questions because we know many many leaders, executives, look at human resources as paper pushing, and they don't really realize the true value. What is the benefit of having a good human resources department?
The value is, for most business leaders, that probably 1/3 to 40% of their payroll that they spend every single month is for people. So having a resource division or department, even a small business, having one person or two people or three, the value is when they are linked and aligned with the direction of the business or the organization, so that every piece of work they do is in alignment with the directed goals and the annual goals and the productivity for the company. So everyone's focus and direction is based on in the work that they do every day. If that goes out of alignment, then the company immediately begins have fewer results, the results are less, as well as the whole productivity goes down.
So it ultimately would impact the customers, no doubt, that company, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely, definitely, it would impact the customers.
Okay. Why should a company consider doing human resources outsourcing for some of the functions of their company?
Well, I would say it's the leadership element in a company, small to mid company especially. The company depends on the leaders to run the company, to build the company, to provide direction for everybody working in that organization, to know where everyone wants to go, the strategy, the processes, the direction of the company. So if they are focused internally doing operational work, which is so easy to move into that, every day there's events that happen wherever people are gathered. It's a great challenge. So having an HR department, having a strategy, having a direction that's aligned with the company's direction brings focus and support to the leader to free them up. And we live in a world today of incredible change and demands, and we've all seen so many companies have incredible problems, very public problems, and often the leaders get off track, and they need to really be on track and have the support necessary.
So they can get pulled away and find themselves putting out fires all day and really, instead of steering the ship in the direction it should be going.
Actually, yes.
Great. What kind of functions could a company consider outsourcing in the human resources area?
They could consider outsourcing the whole department. That is one option they have. Another way to look at it is to do an assessment of your company, because the size of your company makes a difference. The number of people that you have in your company makes a difference. Are you highly staffed? Are you staffed for just enough people to move it forward? If you're in a big, large growth mode, you need to stop and look again where the people are located.
Great. And can a business perhaps bring somebody in from the outside to help them set up a strategy and some systems to help and potentially save some of their human resources budget?
Often that is great wisdom for organizations, because as we all know, when you live in an organization, you plan and you live there every day, you become very involved and committed to the direction that you're going. And we all bring habits and patterns of delivery and patterns of thinking. So bringing someone in from the outside brings additional views, additional opportunity to have windows opened in your own mind so you can become more creative and think about where the company actually is. And is it time to step way back and make some changes as far as human resources is concerned in the areas, keeping strategy always in mind, the HR strategy that's linked. You need that HR strategy group that is going to support the senior executives so they can continue to move and grow the company and build it.
So with your experience, you probably have seen companies that really didn't put much emphasis or importance on the whole human resource function. What usually happens when a company's not really paying attention to their human resources or their systems within that department?
Unfortunately, that happens a lot. You know, as you look back over our business strategy in the United States and how companies have been run, finances drive it, sales and marketing, which is absolutely critical, and often support staff has been ignored or you know, put on the back burner. And we've contributed to that. We ourselves have not brought our own knowledge base into the business world, which has now happened, and then that is evolving very, very rapidly because of all the change and the undermining of organizations, because they don't have people in the organization, which comes from HR, asking the hard questions. You know, why are we doing this? Why are we not doing this? And I think that is something that is a very positive change as we move into the future and really needs to be looked at.
You shared an example earlier of an organization you worked with a while back that was really not listening to those hard questions, and it ended up costing them, what, millions of dollars in fines because they weren't taking care of certain things that should have been taken care of.
Absolutely. The legal team and myself had gone to the leaders and had a number of conversations with them, suggesting in compliance issues, how we were managing people, how we were not managing people, and made a number of suggestions letting them know that these were the risk, and this is the way it is. And they had free reign to make the decisions that they want to make. And they had not had the pressure of compliance. It had been hands-off from the government for a number of years. Then they went through a period of time where they really had to face it and look at it.
And they nearly lost at least one major national client of theirs that really demanded that they pay attention to that. So
yes, they did.
There's a strong downside by not paying attention to some of these details.
Yes.
Okay. And why is it important? I've also heard other leaders from time to time pretty much want to say, okay, we've got a strategy, and then never even look at it, never engage with the people. I mean, how dangerous can that be for a company if the leaders try to stay at arm's length away from their people and what's going on in the organization?
One of the things that we often talk about in our company is that it's like driving your car, and we all depend on a car, and in Southern California, we have a lot of beautiful cars. And the maintenance is usually very high on them. They take them in and they check their alignment, because if things begin to get out of alignment quietly and under the, just, you don't even know what's happening, things begin to break down. And it's the same way with an organization. Without a strategy that is pushed down into the organization, you don't have the employees that are engaged and productive. And productivity begins to be a valuable asset that any company can have, because you can have money and you don't have people at the helm, it's not going to happen. And you can have technology, but if you don't have anybody who really runs it well, it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Well, thank you for your time today, Rebecca. And if you have any further questions, please give us a call at 949-788-2998, or check out our website at www.bottomlineresultscorp.com. Thank you.